All right, it was good, y'all. Recently, Nore was somewhere. Um, I just saw the headline, and it blew me away. You know, Nore speaks on Jim Jones disrespecting Nas with music comparisons, and apparently he kind of sees Jim Jones's point. You know what I mean?
Chicks.
Look,
Get ready. You know what to do, chicks.
Chick Smooth. Hey, Chick Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Oh man, we have not seen this much dancing since last season of Dancing with the Stars. This Jim Jones versus Nas
Yeah, good one.
situation has everybody conflicted. It's also exposing the bias that certain people have with certain artists, because you kind of see media personalities either choose sides or, because of their friendship with the person, they refuse to. So far, everybody has been telling Jim Jones, bro, you're out of pocket, brother. You gotta stop this Nas comparison. You guys are not on the same level. He's way better than you. And people have been looking at the OGs in the game to actually speak out and tell Jim Jones he's wrong. Now, so far, surprisingly, you guys, the only person to keep it real so far with Jim Jones is actually Benzino. And I know some of you guys don't really fuck with Benzino.
yeah, surprisingly, like Benzino's like a. Yeah, he's kind of ridiculous, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't have like a. I don't really see him in a good light. You know what I mean? And I mean, honestly, same for Nori, bro. Because, in my opinion, bro, I think having DMX on his on Drink Champs kind of. I think DMX relapsed on Drink Champs, bro. You know what I mean? I didn't like that. I didn't like that episode, and I honestly haven't watched Drink Champs since, unless Kanye was on. But dude, Jim Jones doesn't even know how to make a PDF, bro. You know what I mean? How are you better than Nas, dude?
Oh, but he kept it real with Jim Jones.
This Jim Jones and Nas thing, right? I'm just gonna use this as an example, but
And I said it a few times, bro. I feel like Nas will like do some shit that's like great, and then for the next and then he'll start getting like counted out. You know what I mean? For some reason, like people will forget or some shit. You know what I mean? Like it was like with his first album, Illmatic, shit's classic. You know what I mean? And then the next one, It Was Written. That's when people were like, oh yeah, I don't know about this guy, but really, It Was Written is, I don't know, that shit's almost just as good as Illmatic. You know what I mean? And I feel like every one of his albums that he's dropped has had like really good songs on there. So I feel like people just like to count him out, you know? But I feel like now you can't, you know?
y'all are taking part in like really ruining the legacy of this fucking man. This man has a whole fucking legacy. This Jim Jones Nas shit wasn't even a debate. Okay, it gets cute at first, but it's getting out of control. It's getting way too disrespectful, and it's gonna cause irreparable damage to the culture. And let me tell you why. Nas is a fucking legend. Nas put in work. Nas's lyrics and what he stood for, whether it was from the streets or diving into the music that his father, who was his father, was a part of jazz, black culture, to doing stuff with the Marleys, to just basically.
Oh yeah, bro. He did the song with Damien. Not the song. He did the song. Was it Welcome to Jamrock? I think it was something else. He had a song with one of the Marleys, and then he did like the full album, Distant Relatives, which is also like a really good fucking album, bro. I used to listen to that shit so much, bro, when it first came out, because that was like back when CDs were still being sold. Around that time, it was Distant Relatives, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and I want to say Ecstatic by Mos Def. You know,
Looking at what he went through and trying to get our people together, and y'all want to ruin that? Look, no disrespect to Jim, but Jim's not even fucking close. The shit Jim says doesn't even make sense compared to what Nas has done for our culture. Hip-hop, don't you stupid motherfuckers know, you dumb, idiotic, want to be entertained. Look, first of all, right, hold up, man. Don't you understand that the natural balance of thing is that, let me calm down for a second. You have people with talent. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care
Anybody, you
about
know,
what
that's-
Benzino
this
has
is
to
the
say.
thing.
He fucking
So this anybody in my life checking up. Can't do that. That Jim, every fucking more relevant you see all the
Hey, think about
goddamn.
this.
Yeah, you know the thing about Benzino, bro, is like back when the Source was a thing, he was like co-owner. You know what I mean? And he put out an album, and he kind of forced them to give him 5 mics or 4.5, which was like the rating system. So yeah, like I don't know, dude. That's like some super clown shit, and I can't go for that, dude.
Jim Jones versus Nas situation.
Nas and Jim Jones.
So yeah, I really don't care about what the fuck he's got to say, dude. Like he's just, yeah.
Let me tell you something, and I'm gonna say this accurately. I see where Jim Jones is coming from. Like I can see him, because if you're looking at the algorithms now, I can see where he's coming from. But you can't take the legendary status that what Illmatic has done. Just Illmatic. Illmatic itself has birthed Mobb Deep, has birthed Capone and Noreaga, has birthed so many other people. Like just that album, and you can't. And that time was the tougher time for you to be noticed. So that's the reason why. But I understand where Jim is coming from. I understand his stance.
What part do you understand?
That the kids know him now.
I'm
You know
gonna
what
tell you
I'm
something.
saying?
I'm gonna tell you something. I looked it up to see like who gets searched more in 2025. It's still Nas. I'll give you the numbers right now. Okay, streaming wise, Nas has about 9.1 million monthly Spotify listeners, while Jim
Solid.
Jones clocks in around 875,000. And I fuck with Jim music.
But that's dope for Jim.
And this is the
That's
Google
what I'm saying.
searches.
Yeah.
This is the Google-based searches. Nas gets between 200 and 300,000 searches a month globally. Jim Jones gets 40 to 70,000 searches globally.
I'm
a
gonna be
month.
honest with you. All right, we all know that Nas wins, but
I mean, but the thing is, Jim Jones even said that he's rage baiting. You know what I mean? And he's like doing marketing, and he's like this marketing genius. Like, all right, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you could have. I don't know, bro. To go at Nas is just weird. Nas doesn't he don't bother nobody, bro. And like on top of everything else, he's got mass appeal, where he's like re-releasing. I think this year they re-released a bunch of albums, and then they released a new Slick Rick album. Like, bro, Nas is the fucking man, bro.
listen, the fact that we're even having this conversation, that's a win for Jim Jones.
I mean, that's what I was saying.
That's
Jim,
a win.
Jim knows what he's doing.
Let me just tell you something. I'm a Floyd Mayweather fan, right? I'm talking about. I think he's better than Muhammad Ali, right? This is me, right? I get argued, people, but whenever Floyd fights somebody that night, they're on the same level as Floyd.
That's a good point, but that doesn't apply to now, bro. You know what I mean? Like, just because Jim Jones says he's on Nas's level doesn't make him on Nas's level. And even if fucking Nas replies, he's not on his fucking level, bro. Like, even if they get in the ring, like, which I doubt, like, they're gonna go have any back and forths, bro. You know what I mean? Nas might say some slick shit, you know what I mean, on his next album or some shit. But even that, I doubt it, bro. Like, he doesn't have to, bro. This is the same thing as like the Joey Badass and Kendrick thing. Like, he kept trying to bait Kendrick to reply, and yeah, no, dude, this shit it isn't close, dude.
So that's the reason why I hate when Floyd takes these exhibition fights, because I'm sitting there as a fan. I don't want Jake Paul to touch my favorite fighter. Like, I don't want him to have a lucky shot.
But you
know
do
what I'm saying?
know at Floyd Mayweather, how do you turn down 30, 40 million
Yeah,
for exhibition
I don't know how to turn down 30, 40 million, but I know how to turn. But so my point of trying to say is, by us even comparing it, that's a win for Jim Jones. Like, I seen Jim Jones in the beginning. Like, I got footage of Jim Jones and Cameron to Drink Champs. I have a documentary called What. I still have all the footage.
Yep.
It's on the internet. You could Google this. It's called What Trailer. And Jim Jones is out in Cam, and you're sitting there, and Jim Jones is like, I don't even spend money on weed. You know what I mean? I buy 5 nickels with a $20. And you look at that person to the person that he is now. This man won, man.
Nah, Jim's dope.
Yeah, hey, it's Nore. It's very likely that Jim Jones is still the same fucking person, bro. I guarantee it, bro.
And I'm talking about, you got to take him serious. Like, he was a hype man, a person that was backing to where he is now, I think that's an accomplishment. I think that's what we should be celebrating. I hate in our culture that we have to compare. Like me personally, I don't do that on QuickTime with Slime no more. But I was forced to take out Nicki Minaj and Cardi B because people. I'm talking about the fans were complaining, not their camps. Their camps were too, but the fans were like, "Yo, it's in."
You can like both of them.
Yeah, and.
But that's, I mean, bro, not Nas versus Jim Jones is not Cardi B versus Nicki, bro. That's not an equivalent.
And to tell you the truth, I like both of them. Like, I am a Kendrick Lamar fan.
But even if you like both of them, you can have a preference.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but right now,
There's also just like objective truth, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. Yeah, there's being objective as well. Like, it's not all up to interpretation and opinion and all this shit. No, bro.
you feel like if you play Kendrick Lamar, you gotta throw away your Drake CD. That's messed up.
I never been a Drake fan like that.
No, we know y'all got a funny relationship. We know that. We know that.
But you should be able to listen to both, right? Like when I'm in the club, I listen to Drake. But if I'm in the car, I can listen to Kendrick. That doesn't mean I
See,
like
I'm the
one more or the
opposite.
other.
I listen to Drake in the car, and I like Kendrick in the club. But go ahead.
But you can listen to whatever you want.
Yeah.
But you can still like both of them.
Yeah, I like both of them. Like I don't. Like
But you got
How do you?
preferences.
purposes in what.
Like if I give you two people, there's somebody you probably like more.
Yes, of course,
Yeah,
of course. But I do like both. Like you know what I'm saying. Like yes, I like pistachio more than I like vanilla.
Exactly.
But guess what? If you give me a vanilla ice cream and nobody looking, I'm gonna eat that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, you can tell Nore and Jim Jones have an amazing relationship because he refuses to criticize him. Nore pretty much listed all the qualities of what makes somebody a cloud chaser, but he does not want to call Jim Jones a cloud chaser. Now, it's also interesting that a couple days ago,
Yeah, I mean, Nori's kind of a clown, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Drink Champs is great and all, but yeah, after the DMX episode, I'm out. You know, straight up.
Nore actually linked up with Nas at his restaurant. And you know they definitely had a conversation about this whole debate between him and Jim Jones. Listen, man, you guys get in the comments.
Dude, Nas don't give a fuck, dude. That's really the bottom line, dude. Nas does not give a fuck. Nas is doing all these crazy deals with tech companies and shit. He's running a label. Like, just got a Grammy finally, bro. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.